Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to or welcome back to Figs Outside. So today we're going to be replacing the O2 sensor on my 2014 Yukon XL 1500. It's the 5.3 liter, and a check engine light came on, and the code popped up, and I'll show you guys that code here in a little bit. But anyway, it's the upstream O2 sensor. So these vehicles have 4 O2 sensors, 2 upstream, 2 downstream. Upstream means it's above the catalytic converter, and downstream means it's below the catalytic converter. They're pretty close, but let's take a look at it. All right, so this is the one I'm going to replace it with. Ooh. It's the Denso first time fit, and there is the part number for it. Like I said, this is the upstream one. And also, you'll see that it's bank 1, bank 2. So when you're looking at the motor, the driver side is bank 1, the passenger side is bank 2. So if you have a code and it says bank 2 upstream or bank 1 upstream, that way you guys know the difference. So driver side, bank 1, passenger side is bank 2. When you're sitting in the vehicle, it's the same. So that side's bank 1, that side's bank 2. Anyway, so I don't know if we can actually see it from here or not. Let's take a look at it. Not really, unless you're way back here. So there's the manifold, and just below that, I don't know if we can, if you can see that or not. Let's go down below. Actually, it'll be a little easier. Oh, and real quick, guys, what I forgot to mention too is that I got that O2 sensor. Just kind of depends upon which brand and which one. So that Denso, really good reviews. It was right around like 4.5 to 4.7 out of several hundred from the ones that I looked at and reviewed. Some of the other bigger names, start with the B. They had really bad reviews, anywhere from 1.5 to 3.7. So, and they were like 150 bucks. That Denso I got at O'Reilly's, and they're right around 60 bucks. So just a quick note. All right, guys. So kind of crawled in the engine bay here. That is the upstream one. Here's the intake. That canister right there, that is the catalytic converter. So that's the upstream O2 sensor. All right, so here's the underside view. That canister right here, that's the catalytic converter. And there you can see the upstream O2 sensor. And this one is below the cat, and that's the downstream. So that wire comes all the way down onto the other side of the frame rail, which is right here. That's for the upstream O2 sensor, and you can see the wire, and it just kind of takes off and goes up there to that one. So yeah, they got it mounted to the edge of the frame rail in a kind of a funky spot. So anyway, I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to take off the tire, which will give me just a little bit more room, because you've got the inner fender well right there, and I don't feel like popping out all those little plastic buttons. So if I take off that, I'll be able to push the inner fender well out just like that. So, and then I'll be able to get in there. So anyway, I'm gonna get the tools and go get this thing started. All right, guys. So I got the wheel off. Got my jack stand there for extra safety. And so there's this little green tab in here. It's a little keeper, and it kind of, let's see, it slips in right there in that little, right in there. Tip of my finger. Anyway, it's got the little tab on there. Kind of a pain in the butt. You just got to kind of wiggle it out, make sure it's flat, but it bites into there, and then you just got to lift this tab and separate it, but kind of hard to do that with one hand. So anyway, but that's where it separates. So just showing you guys that little thing in case you're wondering what the heck that thing is. So it's just a little keeper. It goes in there, kind of a pain in the butt to get out, but anyway. All right, guys, so here we go. Got that out. And where it's hooked into the frame here, on the right here, there's a little plastic, one of those crazy little plastic, these guys that fits in there. Here's the bottom piece. Anyway, it comes in right through that hole. It's got a little slide, a little sleeve. You can either, let's see if we can get it. So there it is. You can either slide it off or just break it off because the new ones have it on there anyway. So anyway, here it is, disconnected. Up here's the connection. So, all right. So you can either get one of these sockets that's for the O2 sensors. It's got a little groove in there for the wire. So it fits on there, and then the wire will come out this part and out the top. That way you could use a socket on it. And if not, it uses a 7/8 wrench. So, all right, let's keep on going. All right, guys, so here's how that socket works. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. So it fits right there. The wire comes out the top, see? There, and that way you can get a socket on it. So that's how that works. And then, of course, like I said, it also takes a 7/8 box wrench. So, all right. All right, you can see I got it broke loose, so I'm just reaching up in between the fender well, the inner fender well on this piece, and then it just spins out. There it is. That is the upstream O2 sensor. Okay, here's the brand new one by Denso. It comes in a little bag, I already cut it open, so there's the part number once again. And there's the brand new one. Here's that little plastic tab. Those things are a pain in the butt, and that's what the inner fender well is held in by, and I really don't like popping those loose. Plus, it also comes with a little bitty tube of anti-seize or never seize. So be careful when you're putting it on there. Just put a little bit on the threads. You don't want to get it down on this thing, on the sensor part. Just try to keep it up on the threads. So, all right, well, let's get this new one in there. So that's pretty much all it takes. It doesn't take a whole lot. That's just so it doesn't get rusted clothes into the exhaust. So, all right, so I found this view. We'd be able to do it right here. So I'm inside the fender well. That way you can see I'm just pulling the inner fender well back. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah. Try not to bump the camera tripod here. Twisted. There it is. Take the socket. Oh, sorry guys. Slides on there just like so. And I'll use the wrench to tighten it, and you don't have to crank down on these. They're not tightened super tight. So, yeah, that way you can see it. All right, well, I'm going to tighten it. There's just not enough room. So, all right, guys, so I fished her back through. See if I can. There's a little tab that I was telling you about, and it just snaps in there like so. That way this can't lift, and that won't pop out. then this little guy. Let's see if I can get it from underneath here. Sorry guys, give me a second. And there it is. Anyway, that's a little black piece, and that keeps it in the frame rail, and that way it doesn't wiggle out and fall on the road or get tangled up and or touching the exhaust or somewhere it's not supposed to. So that is the brand new Upstream Bank 2 Sensor 1. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. So it'll say Sensor 1, and the downstream is Sensor 2. So same on both sides. Upstream is above the cat, Sensor 1. Downstream is below the cat, Sensor 2. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching this video. And if this helps you out at all, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks, and have a good day.